Just like that, it's Thursday night. You know what that means, party animals. It's party time with the Video Bros. I'm Bobby Monson, and the man beside me, the man with the angelic voice, he's Papa Smokes. Papa Smokes, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing great, Munson. How are all the wrestling people doing out there, and how are all our podcast listening people doing?
We hope that you're having a great week, and we hope that we get the first step towards the weekend kicked off right for you guys. It's Thursday night, so grab your drinks, whether they're alcoholic or not. We don't mind. Just grab whatever you got and hang out with the Video Bros here as we're going to watch some MLW Fusion along with you guys. But first and foremost, we got Joshua Joseph in the house. How's it going, brother? Says, hey, fellas. Glad you're out here every single Thursday night. Love seeing you out here. You are such an awesome dude. People, check out everything that Josh does. Check out his socials. Head to his Twitch. Head to his YouTube. Absolutely everything. The man does phenomenal work. Just want to shout out a good brother out there in the world. Bob Smokes, how's your week been?
My week's been quite all right. It's been quite average, but I've just been looking forward to Thursday to do our live stream wrestling reviews. And then, Saturday, that is going to be a special night for all of us.
Oh, you're right about that, Pop Smokes. We got Prairie Pro wrestling action coming up this Saturday night live in Saskatoon as Josh Joseph coming in, giving a little bit of a thank you, saying thank you, Mr. Munson. I appreciate that. You know what? We appreciate you, sir. We appreciate all the support. So, again, we will always show love and support to the people that show us that support. And we hope that anybody that's in the Saskatoon, Saskatchewan area is going to be able to come out to the Cosmos Senior Center this Saturday night for Prairie Pro Wrestling presents Who's Your Daddy? And it's going to be a fun night. As you saw just last weekend, we introduced you guys to a new video, bro. The third man in the house. Look at this. Oh,
Yeah.
there he is. Basser up in here. And man,
Woo.
this guy throws basketballs like nobody's business, as you saw that swish live on screen last week. You may make it. Give me a break, man. I'm driving you to the show. You'll be there. Oh, you're a funny man, though. Very funny man. It's going to be a great night. We will touch on that here briefly as everyone's got to come in before we get to the MLW side. Of course, Papa Smokes. We've got the two announced matchups, of course. We got the big main event. We got Sheik Akbar Shabazz, the longest reigning champion in Prairie Pro Wrestling history, and first, mind you. And he's going to be defending that thing against Rocket Shoe Tony Novak. Now, you could scoff at that about being the longest reigning, but even if he wasn't the first, he could still probably have a chance to make that claim because, damn it, Papa Smokes, over 1 year now as the Prairie Pro Wrestling champion. Kudos to our champion, Sheik Akbar Shabazz, who has done a phenomenal job of adding such absolute prestige to the PPW championship.
We've seen Sheik Akbar Shabazz for years coming into the Saskatoon scene like a whirlwind. He's worked hard for this. He's beaten everybody there was to beat. And once he got his hands on that heavyweight title in PPW, you knew he wasn't going to relinquish it to anybody. It's not if the Sheik can beat you. It's can you beat the Sheik? And nobody has been able to pin his shoulders to the mat for a 3 count in a year's time. How about that, Munson?
Yeah, I mean, it's that's the feat that Tony Novak has to face this coming Saturday night. It's not about whether or not Sheik is victorious. It's about whether or not Tony Novak can do what nobody else has done in that span of time, and that is put the Sheik's shoulders to the mat for the 3 count or make him tap. And tapping, I think, is almost out of the question. I mean, it would be hard-pressed to imagine seeing Sheiky tapping out and giving up the championship to anybody.
No, I can't really picture that. Tony Novak's got an uphill battle in this. He's going to have to use all kinds of speed and aerial maneuvers, not to mention the support of the crowd. It's a tall order to pin the Sheik, and I don't know. I'm skeptical about it. I love Tony Novak. He's extremely skilled, but can he get the job done? We'll find out on Saturday night.
He's surprised many opponents before, so I guess we will find out in just a couple of evenings here in Saskatoon. The other matchup that was announced for this card, Papa Smokes, it is a return match from our last show at the Bridge City Beatdown. We're talking about All Night Levi Knight versus Michael Allen Richard Clark. Yes, they are going to square off one more time because Levi Knight, surprisingly, put the first defeat in PPW over Michael Allen Richard Clark in what many would say was one of the most shocking moments in PPW history.
Well, it would have to be too, and you could hear a pin drop for a change in our venue, the Cosmo Senior Center, normally a place of buzzing noise all the time, fans screaming, yelling, jeering, all that stuff. But at the end of that match, a strange calm over the room because nobody expected that. Clark being one of the huge favorites among the Saskatoon wrestling fans, and Levi Knight being I'm not going to say popular, but he's a very prominent wrestler in Saskatoon. He managed to upset the table and put the 3 count on Michael Allen Richard Clark. Nobody was expecting that, myself included. I think Knight's for real, and he's here to stay.
He really is. And, we've got some other great things coming at you this week. We got other guys on the card as well, too. But one of the things I will mention, what we do have is the Clandestine Society, who kind of came in out of nowhere. We know that Michael Richard Blaze, no stranger to the Saskatoon area or to PPW for that matter, as he was with us at the very beginning for a few of the cards. Now all of a sudden he's come back. Now he's different. He's changed a little bit. He's a little bit darker, but he believes he is the savior of professional wrestling. And he comes out with this book, this knowledgeable book that he has written, that he has people believing in him. They believe in Michael Richard Blaze and the Clandestine Society. And he has now brought along with him the Rhinestone Cowboy, Stephen Crow, who at first the crowd wasn't sure. Not that they weren't sure about Stephen Crow. They weren't sure about Blaze and this newfound attitude that he brought to Saskatoon. The PPW Nation didn't necessarily want to cheer for Blaze like they once did. And so at the first, it seemed like they resented the clandestine society, but the Rhinestone Cowboy suddenly brought this whole new life to the PPW Nation that nobody was expecting. And now, last time out, we saw a complete turn where I believe the PPW Nation now are believing in the Savior and believing in the clandestine society.
That's a good way to put it, Munson, because we all know that Michael Richard Blaze for years was known as God's gift to wrestling, but he literally took a step beyond that moniker and started becoming almost like a vessel between God and man. And he's the one disseminating the knowledge from the gods to the humanity and to the populace. And he's doing it through the wrestling ring too, which is just absolutely fitting because the guy's got the moves and the agility and the strength of a demigod himself. So this makes a whole lot of sense. And it's crazy the way the crowd, yeah, like you said, they weren't sure about this tag team at first, but the popularity and the charisma of the Rhinestone Cowboy have just turned them around completely. Now we've got fans cosplaying in the pink leather and bringing little cap guns and cowboy hats to the shows. He's really, really captivated this crowd. And now it seems like the crowd wants to cheer Michael Richard Blaze and the Rhinestone Cowboy on to victory in the tag team ranks here. So very, very interesting. And we'll probably be seeing a match from them on this card on Saturday night because of their popularity.
You bet they are on the card. That is for damn sure. We don't know who they're going to be against, or even if they're going to be in tag action. Maybe they'll be in singles action. We do not know just yet, Pop Smokes. Nothing been handed down from the PPW offices as of yet. So in order to find that out, you're going to want to get yourself a ticket to the hottest show in town. Only $15. You get those tickets at the door from one of our many sponsors. You just can't beat that price for a night out with Wrestling Action. PPW presents Who's Your Daddy? This Saturday night live in Saskatoon. Pop Smokes, before we go head on over to doing MLW stuff, do want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors. That is over at Rogue Energy, rogueenergy.com, where you can use that promo code OLEPODS for 10% off of your order. Rogue Energy are an alternative to the average energy drink you're going to find in your supermarket, in your store. You look in there, you look at the sugar content, you go, no, that's not for me. I try to turn my life around, be better, but I still want to feel refreshed, revigorized, ready to go. That's what Rogue Energy is for. They got a lot of wonderful, absolute great flavors. Comes in many great different varieties, so they've got something for everybody. And they also want you to save money, and that's by using the code OLEPODS for 10% off of your order. I'm going to keep the ticker up down below for a little while. That is where you can reach us here at our local establishment if you want to reach out to us or follow us on any of the socials. That's where you can. Hey, we got Mark Talks Wrestling up in the house. Hey, guys, just wanted to jump in and say hi, Mark. Man, it's got to be super late over in your side of the world. I'm thinking it's got to be 3 or 4 in the morning over there. So, man, talk about awesome that you're able to come in and say hello. Talk about people I want to give a shout out to. My main man, Mark, right there. Mark Talks Wrestling. Go follow, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff. He also does Mark Talks Sports, talking about football, and I'm talking about the football that was originally called football, not the hand toss in American football. I'm talking about the English loving game heard around the world football. Check out Mark Talks Wrestling and Mark Talks Sports for some great shows at 2 a.m. over in his neck of the woods. Okay, it's just, that makes a little bit more sense, actually, doing the math in my head compared to what we are here. I knew you were probably about 7-hour time difference than what I am over in Western Canada anyway.
So Munson, when you talk about football, I know what you're talking about,
yeah.
but how do we get over this differentiation between the two games? Because it's quite frankly a little bit confusing. I get it. The game of European or the world's game football is very aptly named because you use your foot and the ball throughout the entire thing. Yeah. In the North American game of football, which I'm a big fan of, there's not that much kicking. There is kicking, but not a whole ton of it. So the name isn't as fitting. Now, some people call European or worldwide football Is that how you're supposed to say it, Munson? Maybe that's the way out, is calling it football.
You could go that direction, of course, too. But again, hold on here. I want to see what Mark got on this one. NFL shouldn't be called football; should be called handball. Football stays football. But to Mark's point, I mean, football or soccer. I'll use that. Sorry, Mark. I'm using the word just to describe to the fans here.
Bunch of those guys don't
over
like
here.
that.
It was adopted with that name, but football or European football over in the UK when it first came about predated what we know as football over here in North America.
Definitely.
That's where that kind of plays off of. So I know that a lot of people over in Europe, especially, and Mark can attest to this, refer to the football that you love, Pop Smokes, as American football. That's how they differentiate over there. Is football is the black and white ball you kick with your feet. American football is the pigskin that you're tossing around each day. Yeah, come on, Mark, catch me slack. I'm trying to ease other people into it here, my friend. That's all I'm doing. And,
see, I wasn't going to say the S word yet.
Yeah, and I mean, I hate to put Ed's just trying to stir shit up now. Ed, how you doing, buddy? Ed. Yeah, who would have thought Ed trying to stir the pot? That would never happen. We call NFL American football. Yeah, so I mean, that's how we differentiate and stuff there too across the pond. Josh Joseph, it's then no, bud, no. Moving on from that comment, we got Chris Parrish in the house. How you doing, brother? My brunch buster brother, Chris Parrish. Damn, we've got a big show, Papa Smokes. Speaking of MLW, Parrish and I have got the number one contender to the MLW Heavyweight Championship of the world. He's going to be joining us. It's the Suplex Assassin, Alex Kane, this Sunday on Busting Out.
Bomaye.
And we got Chris Best, CBRS Entertainment coming in. I keep asking Google Nest questions, and it keeps bringing me here. I'm kicking ass on the algorithm. It doesn't matter what you type. It's bringing you down to the Ring Respect Party on Thursday night. That's awesome. Glad to hear it. Absolutely love it. I mean, there's a funny story from the other night where somebody randomly came into one of the streams and said that they were looking for, I think they were looking for a dealer of some sort of point. I'm not going to paint what kind of dealer they were looking for, but
cards probably, Munson.
Yeah, of course, yeah. That's what it was, and they said it brought them here to our local establishment, and suddenly my brunch buster brother there, Chris Parrish, starts pointing the finger, saying, "Bobby, what did you do to the algorithm?" And I'm sitting there going, "I really don't know, Parrish, what I did to the algorithm." Let's move on from that, though. It's the chat is all lit up here tonight. I'm loving this. You off with you. Enough of this. We're off of that topic. We got Josh Joseph coming in. Oh my God, you guys, man, you guys are just trying to bust my footballs right now. Is all you're trying to do. Chris Best coming in. I asked what year the movie Fox and the Hound came out. Yeah, and it probably came out some year that Papa Smokes and I were just young little men out in the world kind of thing. That's what brought you here. It's like, it wanted to revert back to something old and something from the past. Boom, just like that, you end up on Ring Respect Radio. Oh shit, Papa Smokes, we're having fun here tonight. I didn't say anything, Bobby. You just kind of asked what I did with the algorithm. I'm pretty sure that's all you did. Not like you were implying anything at all. Come on, man. No, I'm not putting words in your mouth. Just stating facts. So, but I think we came here to watch some MLW, didn't we, Paul? So at least that's what we advertised. I put it all over the poster. Did. I think we probably should watch and talk about some MLW, if I'm not mistaken.
We almost became a football podcast in the meantime.
We did. But I'm going to save that for when I'm hanging out with Mark from Mark Talks Wrestling. We'll come back and do some more football conversation for you guys here on the channel sometime very, very soon. I can guarantee you that. But Papa Smokes, I think it's time that we fire up some MLW Fusion. If you got her all fired up on your TV over there, time for some title match action?
I do.
All right, you let me know when you're hitting the play button.
Okay, right now.
All right, here we go. Rock and roll, people. If you're following along, MLW Fusion number 116 Yeah, I bet Parrish will start laughing at that one. Oh, Parrish, we'll have a conversation this weekend about your antics here tonight. Mark coming in. Hell yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's gonna be great. Yeah, that's not what he's agreeing to there, buddy. Chill out, chill out. But we got right off the hop here, as you can see, if you're following along with us. Basically, what MLW is really good at doing on Fusion is having kind of the backstage promo mixed with video package about what the accolades of the two competitors in the main event are going to be, and that main event being the MLW Featherweight Championship between Taya Valkyrie and Delmi Exo. I like when they do these kind of things. This is a great way to build for your main event on a show.
Me too. They're always skilled at putting these nice packages together. And, we haven't even seen Delmi Exo in some time, so we got to introduce her to the fans again. And that's what they're doing here. A nice little quiet backstage promo, and we're getting to know the challenger and the champion a little bit better.
We sure are. And yes, Ed, I will take the slap on the wrist for not mentioning it, but you can go catch on our YouTube channel and the replay on Twitch from Taking Over on Tuesday night as Mark Talks Wrestling joined Ed Fries substituting in for Astrid Pizarro this week on Taking Over. And it was a wonderful show. Great job that was done. Of course, hard to fill the shoes of Astrid. We all know that. But Mark did the best he could, and he did a wonderful job. It was a really great show. Let's talk about bears. Really? What are you talking about, bears? Get the bear out of here. Also, put food in Parrish's mouth. No, it's... Parrish does like to eat. He's a man of good food. Especially it comes in the form of those McCain's super cakes or whatever they are, super chocolate mega sugar crash cake. And Parrish saying exception, put beer in my mouth. That needs to be like the just a general motto of life right there. I'm okay with that anytime too. But as we go into this new badass Fusion intro here, Papa Smokes, I really like this. I think that they did a cool job putting this thing together. I like the theme song to it. It's really jazzed up Fusion compared to what we saw last season.
Yeah, and they had used the same intro for a long time. They needed to switch it up with some of the current talent and all that, and looking sharp. And now we got a little video for the World Middleweight Championship match coming up, a nice three-way.
Yeah, it's going to be, that triple threat there. It's going to be Lince Dorado defending against Akira and Lio Rush, who hasn't been in an MLW ring for quite some time. They keep, Akira, of course, part of the calling, and they're showing the beatdown that the calling has been laying all across the place here. Hold on here. Is this a match that we got tonight, too?
Yeah, I think so. Willie Mack versus Sam Adonis. This could be good.
2 title matches and a one-on-one encounter. Then we're in for a treat here tonight. Buckle up, people. Fusion is looking hot. Yes, the Bears JJ talked about her. But you guys, the football talk is done. Wrestling. We're talking about MLW now. And look at this. We're kicking off with the MLW Middleweight Championship matchup here. There's the champion, Lince Dorado. And I've really liked Lince since he came here to MLW. I think that he's got a bit of a swagger about him. I like that he comes out in this almost like Hugh Hefner like coat that he's got here.
Oh, I was just admiring that kimono style smoking jacket too. Papa Smokes needs one of those.
That would be fantastic. We got an early attack here. Akira coming out with Raven and masked member of the calling and immediately laying a beat down here on the champion.
Okay, well, this isn't going to fare well for Lince Dorado's middleweight title reign here. The guys are going to town on him, choking him outside the ring, and now full vertical suplex outside the ring.
Oh, definitely. It's a very interesting look. Like I like the way that they put the calling together with the flashing lights when they come out. It's very mysterious. It's very interesting. Oh, okay. I was like, I was confused here. Raven is also the name of a football team. Okay, I'll give you that one, buddy. I'll give you that one. Okay, you get that one in there. Yes, it is. Oh.
Why does Lio have the belt?
Okay, so I was just going to mention that it's not his belt. It's not the actual MLW Middleweight Championship belt. He actually took it a little while back from Lince Dorado. Lince has the official one, but Leo's been walking around as if he's the champion.
Okay, see, we're still catching up a little bit from our dead zone where we weren't able to watch the TV show. Geez, now this match has started a million miles an hour. If you can imagine that from Lio Rush.
He doesn't get paid by the hour, as the name would lead you to believe.
Apparently not.
But I mean, like, you know, say what you will about Rush. I mean, he does, again, he's one of those guys that he's got a lot of charisma, obviously, and his stuff he does inside the ring, the athleticism that he has is very unique. It does definitely stand out.
Very much so, and he uses his interesting offense as a small guy. He adapts to that size differential and usually overcomes that quite nicely. He's also looking good. He looks like he's been working out a lot. He's got some muscle on that small frame. Looks all right.
I mean, it was going to be a guarantee that this thing was going to go a mile a minute. It's a triple threat match featuring middleweights, but again, nobody in, like, I'm not as familiar with Akira, I should say. Lio Rush, obviously, Lince Dorado, we've been well introduced to, but Akira, this is kind of a first look, and not a lot that we've got to see yet from Akira. And as we go to a commercial break here, but they're talking about letting the ass kicking begin. That's going to be ass kicking that's coming at us live on Saturday, July the 8th, where the hottest party in town is going to be the watch along here with the Video Bros. Never say never. We're going to be watching it. We're going to be talking about it as it goes down that night. It's going to be great. Josh saying that Chris Parrish, I hear football players work out and have muscles too. Well, most people work out at muscles, don't they? Well, I don't know. I only work out sparingly, but you know, that's why I don't got nothing. But CBRS Entertainment, Chris Best, the Chicago Rush was an arena football team. Oh man, I started some shit tonight, really.
You're getting trolled now, Munson.
I really am.
The chat crew is turned against you. But now Dorado's doing some luchador type stuff, and he's got both other guys down. Now he's going to fly from the top rope on this Mohawk Akira guy.
Parrish, some football players are in the Hall of Fame for professional wrestling. However, there are no soccer players. It's because soccer players don't need the money after they retire from their original sport because they make enough the first time around.
Wow.
Josh believes that soccer players are the only pro athletes that do not work out. Josh, man, if I ever come to visit you, we go to show you what a soccer training looks like. I've seen some pretty athletic people tap out pretty quickly when it comes to soccer training. Soccer, I keep saying soccer. Football training. Damn it, you guys. Throwing me off.
European soccer.
Yeah. And it's not about the money. It's about drive. It's about power. Okay. You threw the first punch. I had to defend.
And Munson, is that your favorite fan in the front row there in the red outfit? She's always at the Philly tapings, always with a front row seat.
Oh, good God. Yeah. She always manages to land a spot there every single time they're in Philadelphia. That's for damn sure. I wouldn't be surprised if at some point she becomes their next backstage announcer. It seems to be their way to go about.
Lio Rush bringing the pain. Him and Dorado got a little segment. There's that bow and arrow hold that we saw earlier tonight, Munson. But
Passer coming in. She probably shows up at 5:45 for those scenes. Oh man, Passer. So just so everybody knows, if you're not familiar, to get a seat at PPW. If you want to get a seat and not be in standing room only, you got to get there nice and early. Ambassador, until becoming an official video bro this coming Saturday, has always been the guy first in line there, showing up well before 5:45.
In the winter, in his shorts.
Yeah, I don't know how he survived.
An hour and a half before the doors open. He's insane. I love it.
I don't know about what your thoughts are on this one so far, Papa Smokes, but for how reasonably good either any one of these guys are in one-on-one matchups and stuff like that, a lot of times it seems like they're anticipating what to do next, and it looks like they're kind of missing the mark at times here a few times. Like, it just doesn't seem to be connecting like you would expect it to for, the professionalism of these guys.
Well, it definitely doesn't look like they're struggling against each other. That's definitely sure.
Parrish want to know if Bastards ever popped MRB on screen before. I don't know about that, but I know that he had a very, very stunned look when he saw our boy Chris Parrish in the front row of PPW last time out. I've got the clip to prove it, and you guys are going to be seeing that as we start to release some of the matches coming up in the next few months here. But yeah, just got around to sending the clip over Parrish's way the other day, Papa Smokes. Well, I'm assuming you got to the ending, Papa Smokes.
No, not quite. I just saw a false finish there by Akira.
Okay, let me know. I'm going to pause this for a minute, and I'll wait for you here, bud. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was the finish. My God.
Yeah. Like,
what the hell?
It's such a soft finish. I was like, that was it. Like, it's all this. It's speed, and then just all of a sudden out of nowhere. Oh, by the way, here's your new champion. Josh coming in the animal work that Parasite makes grasshoppers unalive themselves by jumping in water. I had too much to smoke before coming on the stream.
Yeah, you did. I think some of our guests did too. No, I'm kind of in shock about this thing. I had it in my mind that maybe Lio Rush was going to cheat his way to win this actual belt here, and then everything slowed down. Akira gave some kind of modified suplex, and that was it. So, yeah, we got a new middleweight champion here, and I really don't know this guy so well at all. I've seen him come to the ring a couple times since we've been watching Fusion again, just in the couple episodes we've seen, but I know nothing about this dude. It's the first match I've ever seen of his, too, so surprising to me. He's getting a push. His membership in the Calling is undoubtedly part of what they're setting up with him as middleweight champion.
See Josh saying, well, that makes no sense when my previous message was censored. I had to look over. Yeah, again, Twitch blocking your badass messages here, Josh. But here's that message. I cleared it for you. Fun fact, one of the Brazilian football teams, 80% of them had the brain parasite that made them risk takers and adrenaline junkies. Same parasite can be found in any cat box in the world. I don't know why I proved that message. You guys just football busting over here. Paris saying you clearly spoke a lot if you think soccer is football. Oh, man, I opened a can of worms. I deserve everything I'm getting here tonight. But, it is, we have a new champion, Akira, picking up the win. They seem to be really going forward with pushing the Calling as their main heel stable here. This really makes me worried for Never Say Never again, too, with them looking at making this their heel stable, their faction that can't be beat. We could see a lot of destruction coming the way of the Samoan SWAT team, who are going to be defending their tag team belts against the Calling at the pay-per-view. And, man, it could spell trouble for Samoan SWAT team that night, especially with this being a fans bring the weapons matchup.
Oh, man, that's going to be complete mayhem. And then we just got a little promo from Jacob Fatu announcing his match versus John Hennigan for the National Openweight Championship. Ooh, very interesting indeed.
That's going to be huge. I can't wait to see that, Pop Smokes. Again, we keep getting just absolute banger after banger of announcements for this card. This card is shaping up to be something special. I can't wait. I'm going to have cold beer galore here. It is going to be awesome. But actually, sorry, that's not at Never Say Never, is it? That's for next week.
Yeah, I think it might be next week.
Oh shit! I thought that was for Never Say Never. Never mind. Sorry, I take that back. Either way, who cares? We get that one next week. Oh, same with Willie Mack and Sam Adonis is next week. Okay. Shit, that's a good card. I like it. They're giving us a lot of good stuff here leading into the to July the 8th there, Papa Smokes. I'm really looking forward to what they got coming out for us.
Yeah, they needed some momentum back, and I think they're starting to get it despite this extended pre-tape of Microman.
Yeah. Well, with the pre-tape of Microman said, why don't we skip to the next actual matchup here then? Let me know when you've got Sam Adonis coming to the top of the ramp.
Okay.
And again, keep that chat lively and entertaining, you guys. We might be joking around and having some fun, but I love having fun with you guys. You know that we got the thick skin. We know how to take it. We can have some good old times. But of course, as always, make sure to be fun about it. Don't be rude. Don't be negative in the chat. Have a good time. Let's all be good friends out there. Real Samoa SWAT team, yeah. The Samoan SWAT team are fantastic, though, Josh. Absolutely love them, and we loved having Lance Anawahi on our show a little while back. He was such an awesome dude. Great time had there. Would absolutely love to have him back sometime, or any of the members of the Samoan SWAT team. But yeah, where you at, Pop Smokes? You at Sam Adonis yet?
Yeah, I got Sam here. Let's go.
All right, sounds good. Yes, they are. And John Hannigan joining him at ringside here. But they were just saying he's against Willie Mack next week. So is he fighting someone else here today?
Don't know. We got Sam Laterna with Willie Mack in the back now. So let's see. Maybe we do have this one today.
That sounds like a cool song title or something. Willie Mack in the back.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Now Willie's talking about food. He's making me hungry. He's talking about hot dogs wrapped in bacon with extra bacon and some guacamole on the side. I kind of want to try Willie's concoction here. It sounds delicious.
Sam's digging it for sure.
Yeah. So we got we're heading towards the end of June here, heading into July. Of course, we've got Canada Day here in Canada on July the 1st, but our good friends south of the border have got July 4th, Independence Day coming up. And of course, barbecues galore, Pop Smokes. I gotta ask the chat and ask you, when it comes to barbecues, what's your favorite? What is the one thing you absolutely love to have at a good old barbecue?
Oh man, it's too tough to pick, but I'm a steak guy and I like to get some kind of fine quality steak if I can for a treat every now and again. I like to go to the bulk cheese warehouse in town here, and they have big New York strips that are cold smoked, and those babies are beautiful. They have the pork loin chop as well, but the New York strip, cold smoked, ooh, that's some good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I frequent there as well too. Not so much for barbecuing, but on the cast iron skillet, I love getting a good duck breast from there. But of course, yeah, you can't beat a good barbecue grill steak. That is absolutely the best way to go. But if you have to get off of that, then I do enjoy a good, nice, thick, juicy, like an Angus type beef burger or something like that. Especially if I like the Juicy Lucy burger or even a bison burger. Like what you do is you kind of section out the middle of the actual patty itself. You kind of put all your toppings in there, your cheeses, your onions, your tomatoes, all that shit. Get some sauce in there. Top it off with a little extra meat over top to seal her in. Throw her on the grill. A little bit on both sides. Get that nice outer grill so it's nice, just barely enough cooked that it's all good. Put that in. Absolutely delicious. We got Josh.
Good.
Josh mentioned that he has got a Mexican food truck nearby that serves that exact hot dog. Boy, just giving us more reason to come visit sometime. Loaded potato brats is what Josh likes. And again, I'll go for those too, my man.
Hell yeah.
Papa Smokes, I just bought 2 cases of New York strip steaks from farm to table. Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Awesome. You know what goes good with a good steak is a nice whiskey.
That's certainly true.
But then again, good whiskey goes with just about anything. So we are getting this. What the fuck is going on? So this match is happening?
Yeah, it's going to be Willie Mack against Sam Adonis by the look of it.
They just had a graphic up right before this that said next week. Oh, somebody didn't check their video editor before they went to print on this one. Now Willie Mack with the microphone in hand. We're going to find out what Willie's got to say. I'm kind of surprised though. Like we're supposed to have this main event coming up here. We're 21 minutes into this show already. I'm shocked here. Like unless this is going to be a quick one and done type thing, which I doubt from these two guys. Buffalo Trace whiskey, set your D on fire and make you a real man. That sounds like a good old night right there.
Yeah, since we brought up, or somebody brought up to Buffalo Trace last week, I ended up having a shot again and reminding myself, ooh, that is a nice one. Yeah. Very strong, give you the fire that you feel all the way down your throat, and then you can feel it in your stomach too.
That's right, yeah. And you know what's funny? After I thought about it for a bit afterwards, and I was like, that's what one of the guys at work bought me as a Christmas gift there just about a year ago. Is a nice bottle of Buffalo Trace whiskey that I had.
Yeah.
Absolutely awesome. And that was our main man, Josh, there. That was dropping the whiskey Josh. Talk there.
Delicious.
The oldest whiskey in America. The OG of whiskeys then.
So they're really
itself.
They're really not concerned about time in this segment whatsoever. Adonis and Hennigan have been fighting with the fans at ringside verbally here. Willie Mack's been saying some stuff on the mic, but he's just kind of walking around with it too. These guys are assing off to the fans. Yeah, they're not in any hurry to get this match going.
Yeah, I'm shocked because again, when you've got highlighted main event being for the MLW Featherweight Championship, you would honestly think that they would try to put the focus over there, but we'll see how this ends up panning out here. We'll find out. But again, this one definitely, I was shocked after, especially seeing that it said next week, and then they're kicking off with it right here before us. Not complaining. I mean, hey, we like a good match.
Big Willie just sprung over the top rope to the floor here, but now he's in between Adonis and Hennigan, so of course there's going to be some monkey business of some sorts, and he can't keep his eyes on both of them at the same time. But for now, he's got Adonis up against the crowd barrier and just laying the chops into him. It reminds me a little bit of El Assassino, hey, giving the fans a nice close-up look at one of those thunderous thunderclap chops that he does.
Sure does. We got Josh Joseph coming in. Do soccer players chug Zimas? I heard a rumor. Just checking. My man. And again, this is going to be interesting with Never Say Never just right around the corner here, Papa folks. And we mentioned it before, we're going to be doing the live watch along here at our local establishment. So make sure that you followed, you've subbed, whatever, depending on whether you're watching on YouTube or on Twitch, so that you can join us that night, get in on the conversation. It's going to be a lot of fun. But I just, a lot of this build up here, and we still haven't necessarily seen the full depth of the card. We only really actually have 3 matchups, I believe, that they have announced so far. And I believe they made it official that it was voted in that Becca will be performing at MLW's Never Say Never in a musical performance.
I'm kind of looking forward to this a little bit. I'm sure it's something that has been done before in wrestling. I think those Stardom girls in Japan like to do the little musical numbers and the little talent show and such. But man, I'm looking at Becca to be maybe one of the big stars in wrestling this year, getting to sing her song in MLW.
They could almost go like a Double J Jeff Jarrett kind of route there, hey, with the they could have a vocalist backstage that's actually singing live, and she can do the lip sync and play it out like that. I don't know. Never play it. Parrish, you got to come out here and we'll play some actual football together someday. Or I'll come there and we'll play some actual football at one of your amazing football fields. Quite a competitive match we got on our hands here as well, too. Both these guys really getting their shit in here, Pops, folks. This one, I'm already liking this one-on-one encounter better than I liked the opening matchup. I didn't think I would say that. I thought the opening matchup would have a little bit more to it, but it felt very, very flat. It felt like the three guys weren't quite connecting in there, and then it just kind of suddenly came to an end. And especially for a championship change, all of a sudden for Lince Dorado, I was stunned that it kind of went that direction.
Yeah, it was a little choppy, let's put it that way, but I never do really like those three-way matches all that much because it's just too much. It takes the focus off of what could be a good, proper two-person match and just divides things unnecessarily. Has one person always selling on the outside, which is just unrealistic and silly in my opinion. But some of them are done well, I guess, and right now in this one, Adonis and Mac are down. But Mac's selling that knee. He came down hard on one of his leapfrogs earlier.
So I'm thinking that I might be just a slight bit ahead of you, Papa Smokes. So I will make sure that I don't reveal anything once we get to the ending here as we're watching along. We got Josh coming in. I sell everywhere, Papa Smokes. Out in public, just go take a fall, start selling it, give it your all.
Got to get the sympathy of the people somehow.
Well, the one thing I will say, and you'll see right away, Sam Adonis really getting to show some of his strength here in this match against Willie Mack.
Yeah.
Okay, I just got to the actual finish of the match. Let me know when you're there, Papa Smokes.
Okay, I think I'm close. Hennigan is interfering and now getting up on the ring apron, which is distracting Mac.
I think you're about to see what's coming up anyway.
And now, that was a muscle buster sort of move. And now Adonis to the top rope. And whoa, a 450 splash. Not bad from a big, long, lean guy like that.
Yeah. Yeah. And there you are. You're on my end of the things now here too, because that is the finish of the matchup. That is how Adonis puts Willie Mack away, and a huge victory for Sam Adonis, looking fantastic in what I thought was a solid one-on-one encounter.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I think it showcased Adonis's skills quite nicely, but Willie Mack, the foil to this, and always popular with the crowd. This was well done. I don't think this diminishes Willie Mack all that much. And what they needed to do was get some reps for Sam Adonis, get him out there in front of the people so that we can start developing him as a character and seeing if he's got something else in the tank for another kind of run or another kind of angle after this.
Yeah, old Mansur's at the top of the ramp here with a beer, Papa Smokes.
All right.
Looks like he spent some time here in Saskatchewan once upon a time. At least he fit in well around here, that's for sure.
Was he drinking a Bud Light? That's very controversial nowadays, isn't it?
Yeah, hold on here. Where's our good friend Bud Heavy in this case? We got now Sam Adonis lipping off Mance Warner.
That can't end well.
When one is fueled by beer, you know a fight is about to break out, and that's exactly what we've got on our hands. Mance Warner figured he might as well get a couple of shots in while he can, and now the beatdown is happening as Hennigan and Sam Adonis laying the boots here to old Manser.
Manser in trouble here. He needs a hero. He needs someone to come out and help him. So now they're going to bring him down to the ring and maybe really do some damage.
Oh, Sam's got some sort of like big leather strap here or something.
Oh, they're going to whip him like a dog, Munson. They're going to whip him like an old dog.
This is going to hurt.
Holy, what kind of an apparatus is that? Is some kind of
I don't know.
horse strap or something? I don't know what that is.
Oh, maybe they're not going to whip him. They're going to choke him.
Oh, boy.
This is something else. Well, this makes Hennigan and Sam Adonis look like a couple of badasses at this point, especially going at Mance Warner like this.
I'll say Mance's head and face are turning real red while they're choking him here. I think you guys better let him breathe a little bit.
Is it just that he's got his hat off, or does old Manser look like he maybe grew his hair out a little bit since the last time you and I saw him?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I was just kind of thinking he's got a nice lustrous head of hair going on there. It's almost outside of his gimmick to have nice hair like that. Now
Not quite like that head of hair on John Hennigan there, man. That's a head of hair if I ever saw
come
one.
on, that's next level. Minus the man bun, I guess that's so 2015, but
we could do without the man buns anywhere we go. But I believe up next we're going to end up having our main event, Papa Smokes. I guess we could probably just go ahead and get right over to it.
Sure. I'm excited about this, and I'm glad that they're having the ladies with a main event finally, because all the years we've been calling MLW, and when they started getting it together for that featherweight division, they tried to start it, and that didn't go so great, and it kind of was on hold for a number of months there until they got Taya Valkyrie in to actually crown a champion. We've been waiting for this, and we've been wanting them to feature it a little bit, and now we're kind of getting what we want. We got a Fusion main event that's going to be a ladies championship match. Not bad. You can't ask for much more than that.
For sure you can't. And again, let me know when you've got the introduction of Delmi coming about.
Sure. Well, I'm just watching Alex and Mr. Thomas here.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit of a promo. Mr. Thomas has got a Malcolm X shirt on. That's pretty sweet.
It's going to be awesome. Again, Alex Kane joining myself and Chris Parrish this Sunday on Busting Out. So again, if you want to join us live, 12:15 Eastern Time this Sunday, and ask questions to the number one contender for the MLW World Heavyweight Championship, then make sure that you're tuning in this Sunday. It is going to be absolutely electric. Papa Spokes, you and I got to sit down with Alex Kane once before, and dude is a ball of energy when he comes in. He just absolutely lights up the room. Can't wait to have Alex Kane on the show this coming Sunday. But are we just about on the same page here, Papa Smokes, with the intro?
Yeah, we are. We are. You hit your pause, Munson, I'll hit mine.
All right. Sounds good. This is going to be interesting. The MLW Featherweight Championship is on the line. Taya Valkyrie, the first and only MLW World Featherweight Championship, defending against the God Queen Delmi Exo, who we saw come in as a part of the tag team, the Sea Stars, seemingly kind of went away doing her own thing in other companies for some time, has come back looking sharper than ever. We got that match in with Becca last week. That was a solid matchup. Made Delmi look really, really good going into this thing. But man, she's got competition in the form of Taya Valkyrie. Absolutely one of the best tearing up the women's division in professional wrestling.
And for the moment with Delmi Exo out here in the ring, she really looks the part of the baby face. She's quite nice looking. She's wearing the white colored gear. She's tall and lean, but she looks athletic and everything. She makes a perfect baby face.
And we got husband and wife now coming out together, both draped in MLW gold. Of course, John Hennigan, the National Openweight Champion, and Taya Valkyrie, the MLW Featherweight Champion. And again, we don't know the fate of those two titles and whether or not they're going to be on the line at Never Say Never. I would only presume they are, but I think that we're going to get those announcements a little bit closer to the time once we know for sure the fate fate of the actual championships. So I'd imagine after today, we could see announcements both for the Featherweight Championship and the Middleweight Championship leading into Never Say Never.
Yeah, we don't even have too many weeks to wait before the big show, Never Say Never. So they're going to have to get all their ducks lined up in a row, and we'll get to see the fate of these championships on July 8th.
It's going to be a fantastic time, Papa Spokes. Can't wait for it. Can't wait to join you, have some beers, and have all our friends along for the ride. I think it's going to be a fantastic time. That is Saturday, July the 8th. Never Say Never, and you're going to be able to watch us here live streaming and talking about it on our local establishment. That is our socials down below on the ticker that you're seeing on the screen. That is the way that you can find us, like us, sub to us, follow us, all those wonderful things that everybody is doing. Find out why the world is talking about our local establishment.
Right off the bat, Taya Valkyrie's talking a little smack to Delmi Exo. She's giving her the whole, like, you really think you belong in the same ring with me? And Exo not having it, but it looks like she's keeping her concentration. She's hasn't taken her eyes off the face of Taya Valkyrie since they both got in the ring, and that might be a foreboding thing for Valkyrie.
Yeah. She's really got the arrogance about her in this matchup. She really believes that there is nobody on her level when it comes to the featherweight division. And I mean, she has every right to believe that right now. Nobody has been able to step up to the plate and absolutely do exactly what we were talking about earlier with Sheik Akbar Shabazz, and that is pin her shoulders to the mat or make her tap. Oh, and she might have just fired Delmi right up here. Oh, hey, look who's joining us, Papa Smokes. It's Astrid Pizarro. How's it going, Astrid? Hope that you enjoyed your night at the Paramore concert. Yes, I'll get one into Paramore concert there the other night. Again, we missed you on taking over. Mark did a really good job of filling in, but of course, no one could ever quite fill the boots of Astrid Pizarro. And I know you've had a busy time as of late. You've got a lot on your plate, a lot coming up. But we're currently watching the MLW Featherweight Championship matchup that's on MLW Fusion here tonight. This one's huge, Astrid. We got Delmi Exo going up against Taya Valkyrie. And again, trying to find out if we're going to see Taya's reign as champion to come to an end here tonight. We will know momentarily. I'm afraid I'm out of my job. No, you're not out of your job. No, Mark did good, but he's no Astrid Pizarro. Yes, Delmi Exo, the God Queen herself, is going up against Taya Valkyrie right now, and it has been off to a fantastic start. Taya thinks that she's hot shit and that Delmi's not on her level, but you never know. She's going to fire Delmi right up. Both great competitors, that's for sure. Josh saying Astrid in the chat. Finally, this chat gets classy. It was all about beer drinking and whiskey shots and steak eaten before, but it just got classy up in the joint. We're on the outside of the ring here as Taya stalking Delmi and just laying it to her, throwing her into posts and really agonizing the fans at ringside. And I don't know if you're at this part. I'm sorry if I break this for you, but when John Hennigan's actually leaning his knee across the throat of Delmi Exo while Taya has Frank Gastineau, the official, distracted on the outside.
Yeah, he's doing it right as you're saying it here, Munson. So we're on the same timeline here.
Okay, I might be like 5 seconds ahead, I'm thinking, possibly.
These front row fans at the 2300 Center are getting a nice experience because the ladies have been out on the floor for a while. Taya Valkyrie just sat Delmi Exo in a seat right in front of the crowd barrier and smacked the living crap out of her chest there. Holy cow.
And I know you don't have your audio cranked up or anything, Papa Spokes, but that slap was loud. And then Taya has just been smack talking the fans at ringside.
Well, of course, but when Valkyrie first came in and won that title, she did so as a babyface. But since Hennigan's been here, she's really playing the heel quite effectively. And I like this dichotomy between these two because Delmi Exo really looks so squeaky clean and looks total baby face. They're getting the heat right now, and Exo is selling and selling and selling. But I'm primed for a big comeback in the next couple of minutes here.
Oh, I had to only imagine. Again, Delmi Exo is not going to give up that easily. She has the odds stacked against her again with Hennigan on the outside, actually interfering in this one. And they just showed the graphic on the bottom of the screen. Again, the National Openweight Championship is on the line. And next week on MLW Fusion, John Hennigan is going to have to answer to probably his toughest challenge to date since winning the championship in Jacob Fatu. It could be over right here. Oh, we had a close call there. I know, again, I'm probably just a few seconds ahead of you, Papa Smoke. So if we do hit the finish, I will momentarily pause until you have definitely watched it. Okay. But anybody who's watching this right now or watching on replay, tune in to this MLW Fusion because these ladies are putting on a solid main event here for the MLW Featherweight Championship. Two great wrestlers inside that ring right now, one-on-one for that championship. And man, this means something here tonight.
Well, they're not going easy on each other either. You can see Exo's got a bit of a nosebleed there. She's taken one good hard one to the face for sure, but she just avoided a charge from Taya Valkyrie, and Valkyrie went right through to the post. So this might be a turning point in this match. Oh, is this the comeback we've been waiting for right here?
You bet, Papa Smokes. It's been a long time coming. Delmi definitely did not give up, and now she's going to try to take advantage of every opportunity she has made for herself here. This is getting too close to call now. Again, Taya looking like the more seasoned ring veteran here for most of this matchup, dominating it, using every trick that she can. But Delmi with that heart, with that tenacity, with that fight, and she is making the comeback that we expected here and trying to do everything she can to dethrone the champion.
Well, she just gave Valkyrie a full-on pedigree. I'm not sure what the actual name of that move is, but we all know what that is, a double underhook move. And wow, she didn't get the 3 count from that, but Valkyrie is on wobbly legs, to say the least. Now Exo's going to drill her in the corner again and again, kind of like Bucky McGraw.
Yeah. Really starting to be a little bit more back and forth going on between these two as Delmi is now fired up and managed to have her comeback happen.
Oh, that was a close one.
Yeah.
Valkyrie's not too pleased that wasn't a 3 count. But now she looks like she's going to go for that face-planting, face-busting, frontwards move that she always does. Nope. Exo having none of it. Oh boy.
This is not good.
Interference from the outside. Oh, come on, referee.
Jeez.
That was for sure 3.
There's a chant coming from the audience that is it too polite that we won't repeat here.
And Valkyrie just knocked her own husband off the ring apron with a wildly hard forearm.
I just saw the finish.
Okay, Exo's going for that package pile driver. Oh.
They call it Delmi driver.
And that's it. That is the finish. 1, 2, 3. Wow, look at the face on Delmi Exo. She looks completely surprised.
And then throwing the streamers in the ring, Papa Smokes. Delmi is excited. we officially have our second ever MLW Featherweight Champion, the God Queen Delmi Exo, dethroning the champion and winning the belt here tonight. A big hero's victory for Delmi Exo, and what a great, excellent match. Congratulations to Delmi Exo. I thought that was fantastic.
Well, me too. Great match, and I'm loving Exo's expressions afterwards. She's so surprised to get the belt. She wasn't even going to take it from the referee. And just people say that wrestlers need good facials. That's exactly what she's doing right here. She's on the verge of tears, but she's overcome by joy. This is the biggest belt she's ever had in her career by a long shot. Probably the biggest win she's ever had over Taya Valkyrie. Man, this is really something. Exo looks completely ecstatic in the ring after this victory. She's going to be a happy and deserving champion after this.
Yeah, she really is. It's fantastic to see. Glad that she won. I can't wait to see what they have in store for her moving forward. What we could see at Never Say Never. Will we get a rematch? Hard to say. Taya Valkyrie's been pretty busy over in the world of AEW, so I don't know if that'll happen or not. But only time will tell, and that's going to happen on Saturday, July the 8th. And again, you can follow us for the live watch along that night like you have tonight with this watch along. And again, we encourage you to go check out Prairie Pro Wrestling if you're in the area this Saturday, or also check us out on YouTube side of things. Papa Smokes, anything else you want to talk about before we start giving some farewells here today?
Not really too much, but that was an excellent episode of Fusion. I'm happy about that. And also, if we have it straight, what's on next week's, it looks pretty good too.
Yeah, we're gearing up for this could be 3 back-to-back good, solid weeks of MLW Fusion. Very excited to see, but that means that we're kind of coming to the end of the program here, Papa Smokes, and I'm thinking that we got to start saying our farewells, so why don't you let the people know where they can find Papa Smokes?
I am all about free speech in the wonderland of Elon Musk, so I'm on Twitter at smokes_papa. I can also be found on Twitch at papa_smokes_.
Fantastic. That's where you can find Papa Smokes. You're going to be able to find myself down at the ticker below. You can check me out on all the different socials. You can also check me out throughout the week here on our local establishment. As I mentioned before, this Sunday, Busted Out presents episode 43. Absolutely amazing. With my Brunch Buster brother, Chris Parrish there. We're going to be having the Boom-A leader, Alex Kane, the Suplex Assassin, joining us, the number one contender for the MLW World Heavyweight Championship. So it is going to be absolutely electric. If you are joining us on the Twitch side, we thank you first and foremost for coming in here tonight. We're going to be sending you guys over to our good friend, Mr. Heel Kevin. Give him a good OLE. Hello from Bobby Munson and Papa Smokes. And let him know we sent you over there. It is going to be a good time. You're going to love your time with Heel Kevin. He's a great dude. But if you're joining us over on the YouTube side of things, you'll be with us for a few seconds longer as we say our final goodbye. We are going to be joining you guys again here next Thursday night. We'll be talking about all the things that went down at PPW Who's Your Daddy? And we're going to be also doing that MLW Live watch along for you guys as well, too. So we encourage you to come by next Thursday night. Getting my days mixed up, Papa Smokes already. Next Thursday night, join myself and Papa Smokes here at Ring Respect Radio. In the meantime and in between time, take care. From myself, Papa Smokes, we'll see you soon.